Today we start with PowerPivot. We first select a cell in the sales of the game. Then we push Ctrl A to get all the raw data, including the headers. Then we go to the PowerPivot tab and click on Add to Data Model. My table has headers, the range is correct, so we push OK. The data is added to the PowerPivot. Okay, let's also add the other table of calories, because we want to relate these. So we again select the cell, push Ctrl A, then we push on the button PowerPivot, add the model. Same as before, my table has headers, OK, and it's being added. Now in diagram view, we see that there are two tables available. We resize. Now we have to make a relation between them. So we have to find the column that have the two tables in common. Well, that column is item. So we drag item to item and release. And then we see an arrow appears which moves from this table to this one. So the direction of the arrow is automatically determined by Excel. Okay. One great way to making visualizations of the data is by using the pivot table option. The various options, for simplicity we choose the first one. We determine if we push a new worksheet or the existing. New is OK, so a new sheet appears, sheet 1. And now we have a PowerPivot table with two options, table 1 and table 2. We can drag columns from both tables to the report. So in this case we can drag item to rows. We want to know how many items are sold during the game. So we drag item to values as well. And then we get a list of how many items are sold. We also want to know the calories. So we click on that one. Then strange values appears. And also a warning message, relationships between tables may be needed. That's strange because we just have established a relationship. Okay, this is a trick has to be done in Windows. That must be done in Power View. So we go again to the PowerPivot visualization. We select diagram view. We select data view. Then we go to, this is the table of the calories. We go to the table of the sales. As you can see, here are the data that are referred from the input raw data. They are linked to the model, the data model. So if we change some data in the input data, it will be changed here as well. As you can see, we have additional place here to the right to add columns. So here we can compute new information for each row in the table. So if we can select a cell, we select this cell, we go to the formula and we specify is. We have to apply in order to solve the problem with the strange values in the table appearing with regard to calories. We have to make a function related returns a related value from another table. Yeah. So we want a related column. The two tables, they are now related. We want to find the column in the other table and get the values to this table. Okay, so we select the other one. We select on the calories. It is automatically filled in. Put the parentheses, enter. Now we have the correct values being added in. We change the name of the column header to calories. Correct. Okay. Double clicking here will resize a little bit for more convenience. So now we can go back to the PowerPivot. PowerPivot, that is in this environment. Yes. We go back to the PowerPivot. We unselect this one, which is the wrong one. And now we do not directly use the calories in this table. We use it in this from this table, calories correct. So now the problem is solved. This is a Microsoft feature. These windows are just two visualization of the enormous world of the Excel. There's a lot of things under the hood. Okay, that's one of the reasons that this strange thing appears in Excel. Okay, but now it works. So we can do more nice things in the PowerPivot environment. So here we can add new columns, new information. Here at the bottom we can add new information which is at the column level. So if we here the information is added at the row level, and here the information is added to the column level. So here we can apply functions again as well. For instance, we can do here the auto sum a little bit broader, drag a little bit to the right. Sum of prices 563. Well, the sum is not so interesting. Let's make it average. Delete this one. Move this one to the top. Okay. XV. Let's put it there. It's a price. There are also formatting options for money, for example, of course. That is English United States. It's formatted in dollars. So this is the average price of all the items in the sales table of the basketball game. So imagine this can be millions of items being sold in the interval of the basketball games. The average price will be computed by taking the average of all the entries. The profit we can also determine. Let's determine actual profit. Let's determine the sum of that. Okay. So this is the actual profit being made. These are the prices of the items, the profit ratio, and the revenue. So this is the money that is really earned. This data is coded, hard-coded by hand by the sellers in the basketball stadium. Let's change it a little bit, that we can also compute that automatically, of course. So we want to compute the actual profit by multiplying this value with this value. enter. We specify the formula once, and the formula is being computed for all the entries in the big data set of millions of rows. Okay, let's give it a better name. So this is actual profit computed. So the idea is here that this column can be deleted from the files. Actually, it's not needed anymore to register in Stadion. It can just be removed because it can be computed with a formula, of course. Yeah. So now we have formulas to the right of the raw data, formulas to the bottom of the raw data. These things come also back again in the pivot table. Table 2 is not changed. Table 1 is changed now. These variables, they are also appearing now here. Okay, let's put that sum of actual profit computed. Yes, it's okay. Average of price. Okay. One nice thing of the pivot tables is that you can easily change the order here. Let's make this a little bit larger. For example, I want the price, I want to put it here. Yes, a little bit to the top. So now we have price, we have the name of the item, we have the price, we have the count of the items that have been sold. We have the sum of the calories, which comes from the other table. And we have the sum of the actual profit computed. So for the beer, it's the top one, the top rate. Okay. There's one more nice thing that we can show in the PowerPivot. We can determine traffic lights, key performance indicators. Let's make a new one. Key performance indicators are used for making a nice display. It is based on the measures that have been computed in the PowerPivot environment. So here we have two measures, average of price and sum of actual profit. Average of price, recall, is being determined based on the entries of all the rows of all the sales, and sum of actual profit idem dito. So now let's base an KPI on this measure, sum of actual profit. Which value shall we determine? Let's put here the value of 30. Okay. Close. Why 30? Because now if we look at the values of the measure here in this table, we see that it goes from 13 to 20 to 40. So value of 30 seems to be reasonable in getting some high values and some low values. Okay. So what do we have now? Now we have if we go here to the pivot table, to this window, table 1, a traffic light appears here. So if we click repeatedly on this one, the traffic light appears in this color, showing yellow, red and green. And that looks pretty cool. We also, if you go back to this PowerPivot, the traffic light appears here as well, indicating that this measure is related to a KPI. Okay. Well, this is of course very nice for business where some predefined goals have to be met. With related to the sales have to increase, for example, during the basketball season. One more nice thing to add is, as you notice here, the pivot table tools, it's popped up in pink. If you click on the analyze, very nice thing to add is an in slicer. In this case, the two tables appear again. What we did not use now until now is the category of the of the food. Yeah, so here we have, for example, a beer and water belong to the drink category. Okay, if we select category, then appears a slicer, and we can scroll through the different groups, and the KPI adaptively changes with it. Go back to the okay. Okay. Thank you.